Hey everyone, it's BDevine and welcome to Divine Miracles. Thank you so much for being here with me, subscribing, listening to the videos that have been coming through. And I'm sorry if my eyes go over this way, but I'm so used to being live that I see all the comments on this side, but I'm trying my best to stay focused on the camera. Okay, so we're doing the month of May. So there's a few things already happening in the month of May. One of them is my Psychic Abilities webinar. I'm going to be able to teach you a really unique way how to connect in with your psychic abilities, working out also which psychic ability you are most comfortable with, but also for most of you who really want to see things. And I know that's what people think of when they think of psychic, is clairvoyance. I'm going to teach you a different way to open this up and really explain some things to you also, and do a whole lot of different exercise perhaps you haven't done before. You will also receive a manual, a PDF that you download while you're listening, etc. These are invaluable, okay? And I know I've been to psychic classes myself, and I know what I'm going to do, and I know what they've done. So it's going to be awesome. So there'll be a link below to register for these webinars. I will be offering Dragon Energy Level 1 again before I do the second part. So if you missed out on the first part, make sure you're registered, and you'll always get updates as well as emails as well. So I really hope to see you guys working with me in some of these places, because this is what, I'm going to be doing more teaching and less on the phone all the time, more teaching. So that'll be good. But what we're doing now is for the month of May, the messages, and already we're at the 4th of May. And it's interesting because I had this ready for us to go, but I wasn't feeling the most 100% over the weekend. It was like my body just needed to rest. And I won't make videos unless I'm 100%, ready to do it and, want to do it, etc. And I know we've got some live stuff coming up, and I've got to try to tee that up with Bobby and what he's doing in his own projects as well, my husband. So it'll work out. We'll do something this week. Maybe tomorrow I might go live, okay? All right. So we're talking about the angel of the month, the angel of May, and also the angel that's overseeing Gemini is Ambriel. Ambriel's known as the Prince of Thrones, or one of the angels in this position. But Ambriel creates things, movement happening quickly. Okay, so you want to use or speak with Ambriel if you want a speed up of events. So I'm going to explain it to you. What I've written at my website, devinemiracles.com. Everything has been discounted heavily, all of my services. So it'd be really great to connect with some of you guys. So I also write this article up for every month for all of us. So the energy for this month is overseen by Ambriel. Okay, so I'm just thinking, we'll do this. Okay, so I'll read to you a little bit about Ambriel. Okay, we have a channeled message at the end, and then usually I talk about the points that were made, etc. So this was the messages that came through for us. Now, the energy of this month is overseen by the magnificent angel Ambriel, who's said to wear the colors of sunset, russets, oranges, yellow, and also a mix of white and yellow. And these are sort of the colors that you would use for your crystals as well. He oversees travel and travelers, and will also help to increase your own personal power and confidence as he works with you. It will be of most importance as things are changing rapidly and there's fear and energy of stress everywhere, that you're not getting caught up in this energy. And it's really hard, isn't it, when you're going around and you can see people driving in their cars with a mask on. Okay, it's just not something that we're accustomed to seeing, let alone don't think it's really necessary in your car. Anyway, where am I? Okay. Okay, so I truly feel that the energy of Ambriel allows things to swiftly change for the better. So this is something that you also need to just be focusing on. Look, everything's happening. It's all coming out. The truth is coming out. Things are shifting. The awareness is growing. People are waking up. People are beginning to see what's really happening, and really focusing on that also, because maybe it's something that people haven't done before ever, is looked at anything other than, what we get told, looking behind the scenes of what's really been happening. Because it's not a perfect world. So sad to say, it's not a perfect world we've been living in, right? So whether you see this as information, messages, awakening, and deeper faith and trust, working with Archangel Ambriel to help assist you with your abilities and understanding of this new light. So right now, we are each in our own way being tested in matters of spiritual faith. We need to be honest with ourselves about our fears and also why we have them. Why are we always so afraid? Is it because you've been let down your whole life? Is it because you've been betrayed? Have you not gotten what you really wanted? Or is it because you're not sure what to believe anymore? All of these questions need to be asked honestly of yourself. And then you'll begin to see why it has been hard on some levels for you to relax. So Archangel Ambriel, as with any angel that you ask for assistance, will bring with him the energy of swift action and changes that may at first not be to your liking. But you will soon understand why it all has to be this way. Okay, so we are here to either experience or receive blessings. When we've had enough of experiences, we can see how we can shift our mind over to blessings, right? A lot of things we've programmed to be a certain way, and by unprogramming your mind and lifting your vibration, you will see what can truly and will truly begin to unfold in the most amazing ways for you. So when we get sick of having all of these experiences, repetitious problems, the same kind of relationships, the same sorts of situations continue to happen to us. And these are what we call experiences, okay? And we're supposed to be learning from these experiences. Or we're moving into the blessings when everything seems to be going right and everything is easier and things flow to us easier. So while there's still resistance in these experiences, like, this is happening and this is going on and this is going on and this is going on kind of thing, and we're building this resistance, while that's happening, you will feel more negative and you will feel like, everything's harder, right? And of course it would be easy while everything's easy, when we're experiencing these blessings, to feel grateful, but some people don't. I know some extremely lucky people and they're not really grateful for it. They just expect it, which I guess is another attitude to have also, I'm always going to have this, and they do always have it. So learning about what you're experiencing and how you can change your thought patterns to be more into the blessing side of things as well. So if you can hold the faith in the face of huge obstacles, you will be rewarded every single time. It's the law of attraction at its best. Holding the faith even when you can't see a result. It's what we're supposed to be doing. Ambriel increases your wisdom and connection with others, as well as bringing in creative energy that allows manifestations to occur in the most unusual ways. So you may be called on for assistance, or you may be the one who needs to reach out. You may suddenly hear deeper messages and dreams, and will see signs, and your intuition is going to be on target as well. If you need assistance with opening up your abilities, if you need assistance in really getting to know what works and how to manifest things and how to heal your life and how to change your vibration and how to create miracles in your life, and, you know, healing other people and working with this energy. If you want the truth, and if you want the real deal, and if you want things that are actually going to work, then obviously these webinars are going to be your thing. You know, especially if you already connect with me anyway. If you connect with me and you can, you know, trust me in whatever way that is for you, then you're going to have success, because our energies will work together then really, really well. But if someone's sitting there like, nope, this doesn't happen. Nope, it's not going to happen. You're not going to get in. There's like this resistance there for change to happen. They want it, but they don't. They want it, but they're scared. And sometimes that happens when there's deep healing as well. It's like you want the deep healing, but then what will happen when you don't have the problem? You know, when you keep on having, you know, if you've always lived your life through having some kind of pain or some kind of issue going on in your life, then it's really hard to imagine what life is going to be like without it. And believe it or not, some people are not ready for that. You know, you'd think so, would you? Like if you said, look, you can actually fix this. They're like, oh, I just didn't even think about that. Really? Wow. Okay, what do I got to do? You know, some people are really eager, but they have to have the belief, and they also have to have the trust in their mentor or the person that they're going to. So it doesn't matter who you go to. If you feel like something is not quite right, or it's not the right fit for you, it won't work as well. That's exactly how it works. Okay, so the webinars, 16th of May, links will be below. I'm trying to give you guys enough time to get organized for these webinars also. So, you know, payments or whatever you have to do. Even though they're really, really cheap. So, okay. So here we go on to the key points. Change, soul healing, new directions, life path, abundance, energy, fast action, acceptance, and even for some people, the true life partner. It might be different than what we've been experiencing in April, all the way since this has all began. You know that I've just been there, okay, look, we've just got to keep our vibration high. We've got to keep the faith. We just need to keep on moving forward. They want us to stay home. Okay, we'll stay home. But now it's a bit too long to be home. So people are starting to be aware of this energy as well. So we move into the next phase and we go with it. And whatever else is happening around us, if we can keep our vibration really, really strong, nothing's going to tear us down. We're not giving in to the negativity at the worst of times. If you can do it at the worst of times, which globally it kind of is, right? Then you can do it anytime. You know, there's separation for people. People can't see their grandbabies or their, you know, family members. And I know my 2 sons are still in Australia, and it's terrible thinking, well, how long is it going to be before we can see each other? You know, just because people are stupid. And it's just how it is. And also, you know, our Bobby's sons as well, you know, in Texas, we can't get them here until, but things are starting to slowly open, you know. And Colorado Springs, I don't know about where you guys are, but it's always been quite kind of busy. And then the last couple of days, it's been really, really busy, right? But anyway, if we can work on this from a spiritual perspective, from sending in our help and support, our dragons, our angels, our guides, our loved ones, our ancestors, our animal guides, and if you can focus on a meditation about that, or bringing in the energy of all of these forces to wipe this out really, really quickly, well, we're going to see it happen. It's got no choice, right? If enough people are focusing on it, the easier and the quicker it happens. And there's things that are coming. Believe you me, there's things that are coming that is going to surprise a lot of people. Put it that way. Okay, so Ambriel, I'm just going to read the channeled message from Ambriel. Now, the other thing is there, you can find my angelic guidance book. You can't find the Domino Angel book with it on Amazon or wherever you find it, which is really relatively cheap on Amazon. But my Domino Angels cards were mine exclusively. I didn't publish them through anybody else. So this was published through Balboa Press, which is a division of Hay House. And I really wanted Hay House to find me, but whatever. Anyway, so in here, it talks a lot about different angels and also different channeled messages. So what I'm going to start doing is reading to you guys over a series of videos some of these amazing, powerful channeled messages in my angelic guidance book. And I have so much more to write, and I have so much more to share, and I kind of feel like I need to get it all written up, you know, and sent out and get you guys learning this stuff so you can go out and do it as well. Because there's so much, not just about angels, but on the worldwide stuff, healing, channeling. I'm going to be teaching channeling also in a safe manner, and your psychic abilities. I'm going to teach you guys all the right ways to do things, and then off you go, right? So I wanted to say that there are a lot of beautiful messages in the angelic guidance book for us all too. Okay, so I'm going to read this channeled message from Ambriel. Greetings, everyone. I'm Archangel Ambriel, one of the angels dedicated to helping humanity awaken and uplift your vibration, and thus receive the information that you truly need. The earth, as you know, is undergoing reset. Because of this, so are you. When you are resetting energy on such a huge scale, which is new to all, it is natural to feel like everything is actually falling apart, and thus old triggers, wounds, memories, and issues come to the surface. The reason for this is for self-healing and recognition of who you are and why everything happened in the way it did. In order for the next wave of ascension to swiftly move through the earth and through all of you, it will be so important that you have acceptance of this taking place, that you begin to truly understand that each of you are a portal of light here on the earth. And as such, you each play a role in opening up more and more portals on the planet. The way things were going, the earth was not going to sustain for much longer. You were all very close to really experiencing some truly catastrophic energy because of the pressure the earth has been under. However, your beautiful energy, meditations, and visualizations of wellness have created an altogether new and exciting way forward. The light really has won. It may take a little while longer to truly see what has been happening behind the scenes, but your thoughts and positive vibrations have changed a whole dynamic that would have ultimately been very negative for Earth. And everyone would have been affected in very big ways. That is not to say what each of you experiencing now is very difficult and different and challenging. There have been rights violated, and some places on the earth are very harsh with their energy. However, there is and will be change even in those places. The more you work on yourself and better yourself and heal yourself, the easier life becomes, and the more you will then continue your growth and help others along the way. We have helped the earth in this reset. She's so happy to have such an enormous rest. Can you imagine? It will surely change the way things are done and bring back older technologies. Nikola Tesla free energy will return, that kind of thing. And many other wonderful inventions will come back to life. This will change abundance on the planet forever. When the people truly wake up and see it all for themselves without being told, Because sometimes people are being told that it's like, oh, no, 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 you're just freaking me out right now. I just want to listen to the news. It will be a scary time and a shocking time for them. And you will be a beacon of light that they need. And onward humanity will go, arm in arm, and together your power will be amazing. We angels are here to support and help you whenever you need it. So please allow us to handle things and follow your intuition as we telepathically bring forward information for you all. You are loved dearly, and you will see this through. Stay strong in your faith and hold gratitude and love in your heart. Those who have been trying to destroy you will not prevail. Remember, you've already changed the course of this globe in the last 20 years. You will continue to do so and bring peace back on earth. We love you all unconditionally, Archangel Ambriel. And of course, when we ever speak to one angel, we're speaking to a collective of angels. And there's usually at least 6,000 per legion. And each angel has a legion, so it goes on and on. So they say we a lot. Okay, so readings, attunements, etc. and more, free ebooks, etc. on my website as well. So we've already changed the way things were going to occur. And sometimes, you know, in this, and I know people are like, well, we've never seen this happen before. I know, right? We haven't seen this happen where there's been a lockdown in place like this so globally, right? And what we have to focus on is on the spiritual energy of it all. One thing is that the earth, we knew the earth needed a break. People have been rallying and lobbying about, you know, environmental rights for the longest time. And now finally the earth was able to reset itself. And as such, so did we. We had to sit back and look at the things that we were taking for granted. Being just able to go wherever the heck we wanted to go to, and stores being open and places being open late, and, you know, just taking advantage of it like it's never going to go anywhere. And here it is, right? You can't just spend frivolously. You know, we've got to be careful about, you know, what we're doing, what we're putting into our body, you know, what we're eating, what we're growing, whatever it is, right? And I know if you've been accepting the light changes, and if you've been accepting the healing that's been coming, and if you've been really working on yourself and remaining calm, even through the eye of like everything going on, the eye of the storm, if you've been remaining calm in this whole thing, your face, your hair and everything will start to shift. You know, obviously you guys have noticed glowing energy through myself, you know, and getting rid of karmic, clearing karma from a long, long time ago. I actually found out there was some kind of karmic energy related to my hair. It was the funniest thing ever. But once that lifted, my hair started coming back. You know, there's a whole story about my hair, and, you know, what ended up happening to me for a number of years was my hair was ripped out in a violent relationship years ago when my kids were little. And all the top of my hair here, I didn't have any hair, very little hair on the top, and it was really, really sore all the time. And so to have hair at all, I was just always grateful. Other people always made comments like, oh, your hair's fine, you know, oh, you've got a little fine hair. And it started me thinking about it, oh, I need to, you know, do something with my hair or whatever. But anyway, so that's why I thought, you know, that my hair was just fine. It was because of all those years of that happening. And I mean chunks of hair, like coming out of my head. So when I figured this out, like a karmic release, and I knew that we were going through this planetary wise because of the way and the shifts of the different planets, etc., was causing this karmic release as well. So a lot of hundreds of years worth of karma was cleansed for a lot of people. But when you pinpoint something, it's like as soon as you can pinpoint that something and get rid of it and cleanse it and clear it and release yourself of vows from the past, etc., for whatever it is, you know, down to weight, connections with other people, different ways in which your body reacts to things, cellular issues, immunity system problems, whatever it is, there can usually be something that has triggered that all into motion. Or maybe it's from this life, maybe it's from past lives, whatever it is. And it can also be healed, too. So it's amazing if you're looking at yourself and you're looking on reflection and things are starting to change for you. If you look at yourself, how you were before all of this began, and now how you've had a chance to really, embrace your life a little bit more. I mean, people are becoming teachers for the first time with their kids, etc. And yes, I did get a few people who wanted to me to do an angel video for the kids. So if you guys still want me to do something like that, I will. Give you a break, I don't know. But yeah, there's been so many different things that we've been actually asking for a super long time. And then we get it. It may not be in the way that we all wanted it to be, but we start getting these changes coming in and the earth resets and things shut down for a while. And then we're all like, oh, I've had enough of that. So it's like, oh, what do people want, But if you focus on yourself and you bring in this angel, Ambriel, and as we said right at the start, Ambriel is one of those fast acting angels. Things start moving very quickly when you're working with his energy. You don't have to know what they look like. You don't have to remember names. You just have to ask. That's the thing. And have expectation that something's happening. So it's not about, oh, but I can't remember the name of that angel she said for the month. It doesn't matter. Just go, okay, that fast moving angel, or the angel that's dedicated to things changing, or the angel that can work worldwide, or the angel, you know what I mean? That kind of thing. And you just have an expectation. You send them off to do their job. That's what they want you to do, So, staying strong in our faith, holding light in our body. And this is also something the dragons help us with, is holding the light, because when light is deficient, we start to become unwell in different ways. And we see light when it's deficient on the planet, and there's a lot of darkness. What happens? A lot of chaos. Everybody after each other, war starts happening, hatred. It's horrible. So where light is amplified, or where there's a lot of light around, you don't see that as much, right? You don't see it as often. So we just need to create the energy that we want to have on the earth, and it has to happen through ourselves, right? Bringing ourselves into that balance, working on, relieving stress and looking at ourselves and where we've taken on a lot of the energy of other people, or felt responsible, or felt like we had to, or blamed ourselves, or all these little things that make you into you, and perhaps why you do the things that you do, or the habits that you have, or something that you've always reacted to, or something that you always feel happens to you, And it's about changing all of those different reactions and getting to know who you are on a deep level, because most people have been conditioned to be a certain way. A lot of people who are adults now have parented themselves because their own parents were selfish, or doing their own thing, or not as caring. And a lot of kids, just had to look after themselves, and no child should ever have to look after themselves. So they go through life, feeling like they got to take care of stuff, because the trigger is, if mum and dad come home and I haven't done such and such, then there's going to be trouble. And so then there will be trouble if I don't do it kind of mentality takes over throughout their life, right? And if you're the person that does that, you will know if you're always feeling responsible. I've got to do this. Okay. You live in your life in up and down, and I call it like a scattered energy. So, you're uneven. Everything's uneven, because without being able to say what you truly wanted as a child to parents or family, whoever you had so-called raising you, if there was things that you couldn't say to them, then the natural thing to do is go on an inner level. So you go inside yourself and you're like, okay, it must be me. I've annoyed them. I've upset them. They've left because of me. Parents are not together because of me. my mum's always upset and I've got to emotionally look after her all the time and settle her down or she's going to cry. And I mean, that's not a thing. These huge things happen to 9 out of 10 people. 9 out of 10 people on some level. This has happened to on some level, right? And so changing all of that and getting to know yourself and getting to know who you really are and, understanding the energy and the dynamics that you've had your whole life and understanding those things at the same time, believing in something is terribly difficult for some people, because they've been let down time after time after time. And therefore feeling that spirit would let them down time after time or whatever it is. So look at these things and examine these things in your life. And don't forget that there are people there who have been through it and who completely understand your energy. And sometimes when you go to, for example, if you went to a traditional psychologist, they may not understand. But they may not understand a spiritual awakening happening for you also. And really opening up to a huger reality, or a way out, And that's what I did for myself, was I'm like, there's got to be a way out of this situation that I'm in. There's no one else that I can talk to about this. There's no one that really fully understands the whole thing. I don't even fully understand it all. So what am I going to do with myself? And this is where all of this really started to come out. Therapies, counseling, psychologies, little bits of child psychology and normal psychology and little bits and just gathering information, different hypnotherapy services, different channeling and opening up my own spirituality. When before the year 2000, I didn't do as much healing. It was all readings, and then the year 2000 happened and all this healing side of stuff really opened up, which was part of the puzzle for my growth, for my journey. So what we're going through right now, yes, we're all going through it. Yes, we're putting our hands in the, in other people's, whatever it is, we're putting our lives in other people's hands, right? And that's probably what we're really a little bit worried about. If we think about it, right? We're like, oh, I don't know. This seems really odd to me. What's happening? This is not right. And we're trusting this person over here to do something about it. Can it happen? So we're sort of weighing things up in the balance. But I am telling you right now, the light has already won. This was already won before it began. This year is one of the best years. Why? Because there's so many things that are going on behind the scenes that will be revealed to us bit by bit by bit. And there are going to be people that are going to fight it every step of the way, and that's okay. Don't let people abuse you on your page or your own social media or whatever either, because your happiness and your knowledge and your positivity is really triggering some people's fear, right? For whatever reason. They're just like, why are you not stressed out about this? What the hell? And you're just not, but then you feel stressed out after you've read the big list of comments or whatever it is. I just like delete. I don't, there was one person in particular I was actually, giving it back to, because I'm like sick of people thinking that they can just say whatever they want to me, and that it's okay. It's really not. So I gave it back to this lady for a little bit, and then I'm like, I'm not wasting my time with this anymore. Delete, block, see you later. A real friend doesn't do that to you. If you are getting that kind of thing, I understand that, all right? But remain firm. You're allowed to have freedom of speech, and you're allowed to put whatever it is that you want on your own personal stuff, of course, and just don't give into or buy into all that fearful energy, right? We really have a huge support team around us right now. And I knew that this video was going to go long. I apologize. But I'll be back live with you guys soon, and we'll have some fun with some card readings and stuff. And we'll get ourselves all happy and joyful. And that's how I am. And my husband and I, and, our kids are all hilarious. we're just laughing all the time. We're always cracking jokes. We're silly in the store. We're dancing in the store. We run down the aisles. We're silly, like constantly. Something will happen, you know, with football throwing our food down and one scans it and just silly. And that's how we need to be, really playful, right? They can't get to you. They don't want to get under your skin. Let them try, you know. Make sure that you're just protecting yourself in the morning. So making a declaration. Okay, I'm making the declaration that I'm cleansed and cleared. I'm working with my light team. I'm bringing in the energy of the universe. I'm placing myself in a pyramid. I'm just dissolving anything I don't need and, you know, bringing in the energy and wisdom that I do need. And I'm making a choice to live each day, one day at a time, as happily as I can, holding the light, etc. You know, and if you're like me and you do this kind of work, you'll see, you know, you'll be busy with your work as well. So you've got to make sure that you're cleansing and clearing and breaking off from each person and each client as well. So you're not absorbing and just keeping your energy strong and pure, and you'll be fine. We'll all be fine. We're all in this together, right? Don't forget, I also have a healing list going. It's huge. And every morning at 9 o'clock and every evening at 6 p.m. So you either get both of those times. If you're open to it, that's fine. Or if you say add yourself on the list after 6 p.m., then you'll go on into the morning. So all you have to do is say to yourself, I accept this healing to go where it's needed for my highest good. That's it, right? You're giving permission for the universe, for the angels, for your light team to begin to work on you. And I focus an intention, I place an attunement, I place wellness, I just focus on everybody doing whatever it is that they need to do. And I do it for about 10 minutes at those 2 times in the day. So don't forget, just put yourself down in the comments, check out my webinar. If you haven't had the Soul Strand reading, I thoroughly recommend it, or the astrological reading, which is huge. 12 different parts, 12 different areas of your life is amazing. So these readings are very, very in-depth. When you get them, you get a recording that you can listen to. And this is better, I find, than doing it over the phone, because over the phone, we talk. So over the phone, I spend about half an hour, 45 minutes just laughing with you guys. And the readings, you know, we've got to get the reading done. But when you purchase a reading and you get the recording, you can listen back to it as often as you like. And it's just full messages, you know, it's full of messages and deeper messages also. And lots of healing energy too. Everyone gets a healing attunement with every reading, and we do it together. So that's awesome. So devinemiracles.com, of course. And also, please, just one little request that I really need your guys' help with. If you've listened this far, I appreciate it. One little request. Could you please share this video or subscribe if you haven't? Because there is something funky going on with YouTube. I am just sitting in the same little spot, you know, and I have been for a really long time. I don't know what it is, because definitely there's plenty of content, but it feels like I'm being monitored somehow. So if you could help me out by sharing and liking and subscribing and commenting and doing those things, it would be I'd be really grateful to really get, it's more about the message, you know, just getting the message out to the right people, and them feeling some relief and them feeling some healing. And if we're all in that mindset, then we really start things happening, right? But for whatever reason, I don't seem to get anywhere with, for the last year or so, nothing's been moving. So if you guys could help me, that would be awesome. And I really appreciate it. And also all of my social media is at Devine Miracles. So if you want to connect with me, there's daily posts that goes on Twitter and Instagram and Facebook, of course. And almost every day, try to do a message for you guys on YouTube as well. So on top of it all. But I want to thank you again, sending lots and lots of love to all of you. I hope that you will connect with the angel Ambriel and also connect with me about your psychic abilities, and the link will be in the comments below and also in the description box. So until the next time, lots of love, many blessings. Bye for now. Bye. Stay safe. Bye.